What's up, gamers? Hi. Uh, cool. Hello, YouTube, and oh my God, it's the first one of the year. I can't even remember how I do things. Um, hello, YouTube. It's Accurate again, back with another Beat review live stream. Really messing this up. Hi. As usual, everything was all set up to run the show, and I realized it's 8 o'clock and it's time to go. And a lot of people in the chat room are just vibing away, and I'm late to the party, I guess. I'm late to my own live stream, and you guys are already here. Whatever. Hi, and welcome. Nice to have you, and Happy New Year's, and I hope the whole holiday season has been good to everyone, and all that stuff. Some of the usual suspects in the chat room, of course. We have Stan Solo, we have Made So Well, Moran is here, or Moran is here. I think I saw Carbon Vibes too. Cool, that's good. Made So Well, I already mentioned you. Chris52 says, yo. Yo, right back at you. And, you know, Atamonos, still one of the reoccurring guests. Talking about reoccurring guests and people in the chat room, a few people in the chat room has this little symbol that's like a circle with a star, which means that they are a member of the channel. And I made a mistake last time, but this time around I'm pretty sure I got it right. This is not monetized content. You're not getting any ads on these videos or on these live streams. So becoming a member on the channel gives me a little bit of monetization that way. It's a monthly donation to become a member, and I'm gonna figure out something cool, you know, in that entire thing. If you're a member right now, that doesn't really mean anything, but you're gonna have access to, you know, emotes in the chat and hopefully something else. I think, yeah, this is what I thought. When I do these beat making live streams, I normally take them down and I re-edit them and put them up as like shorter episodes, like 10 minutes long. And if you are a member, you will still have access to the full-fledged live stream. Last time around, I think we went for 4.5, almost 8 hours. And if you want to see me struggling with beat making for 5 hours, you know, become a member. I don't know. So yeah, no monetization. I don't make anything off this. This is for you guys and for us to hang out and have a good time. And what are we doing? What is this? What is my beat reviews? Yep, it's basically my way of showing some love and some attention back to the audience. We're listening to music that you guys are able to send in. You are able to send anything my way. It needs to be less than 10 megabytes, so an MP3 file, and it's all done through accuratebeats.com. I think I have that one lined up again. I can do that. Boom. accuratebeats.com, my super professional website with this super professional form where you can like insert a file and send it my way, and you're going to be featured in a future episode. So that's what we're going to do today. Listen to music made by you guys. I'm going to have opinions. People in the chat room are going to have opinions. And it's just going to be a wonderful little time, you know? What are you guys saying in the chat room? Hello. I didn't even get the notification for the beat making stream. Huh. Moran says. So becoming a member is one thing, but, you know, just subscribing and hitting the bell should give you notifications. If that doesn't work, it doesn't work. I don't know. But we need to get everything going here. First of all, let me test my cameras. 1. Okay, number 2 doesn't work. Number 3 does. So let's fix number 2 real quick. Number 2, there we are. Cool. So, are we ready to just jump into it? Start listening to music? I think that's what we want to do because I haven't really opened up the inbox or anything. So let me just set that shit up. But again, Happy New Year to everyone. I hope everyone has had an awesome time. No matter what type of celebration you do, it doesn't matter, but it's still been a few days off for most people from work. And that's Safari, and I won't want Chrome for this. Cool. And I'm redoing some stuff in the studio. I'm just trying to talk as I go here, just to, talk as I go. I'm doing a few projects in the studio, just changing things up, moving things around a little bit. The pedals will go over here instead of over there because I'm still working on a solution to get the complete contact, all that kind of stuff from the keyboard into a separate computer and just run it into the MPC and stuff. So having the pedals over there would make a lot of sense. And that's what I'm doing. But right now we're logging into the right email. And here we are. So we do have a lot of stuff to go through again. Which means after this live stream I'm going to have to close the form because I think it's open right now. Let me double check on that. Yeah, I should have some kind of assistant. I know. Beat review, submit your beat right here. Boom, it's still open. Yeah. So if you're sending something in during this live stream, we're not going to play it today. That's just not what it's going to be. But if you send something in, you're going to be featured in the next or maybe the next episode after that. Still have a lot of stuff to go through here. It looks like a lot of email. And a lot of people are always asking, so I'm going to say that right now. We're starting on the 16th of December. 16th of December and 1, 2... Okay, that's 3 weeks ago. Not optimal. That's not really what I want from this, but, we're going to move through everything. It's also impossible to, know in beforehand how much stuff is going to be sent in and how, I really don't want to be in a situation where I do a live stream like this and I have 2 beats to play. So I think I prefer to have it the other way around, to have more stuff than I want necessarily than the opposite. So everything should still work the way it's intended to work. And I'm also receiving a lot of other emails on this address now. Like people asking me for all types of, the normal stuff I get on Instagram and stuff. People are asking me what sampler should I get on email? And I can't get to everything. I'm sorry. Okay, we have played those and those and those, and we are here. Okay, I think this is right. Yeah, that's the one. Now I found my way. I'm sorry about that. Still day off today. Yeah, me too. This is my last day off, and then I'm going back to work. Actually, to a new job than before. The same boss and the same whatever, but different assignments. So that's going to be something. But for now, let's not talk about me and my personal life. Let's talk about you guys and your music and the beats. The first one today comes from, again, we're on the 16th of December. We are. And the first one here is from someone we have played before. So help me out. If we've heard this before, tell me right away. This is from Charles Howard. Platinum Baby Studio something house. I do remember, these different nicknames. Log in. I don't want to log in. I just want the file. Shit. I need to log in. Okay. Enter verification code. Okay, this sucks. But it is what it is. Me not taking the time to kind of set everything up in beforehand leads to me being kind of an ass on the stream. Verification code over there. Verification code in there. Don't ask me why that happened, but it did. Okay, so we're waiting for some kind of confirmation here. Seems to take a minute. Let's check out the chat. The chat is always interesting. Oh, Made So Well is looking for a way to use Koala Sampler and the 404 in tandem. Oh. I've messed around a little bit with Koala Sampler myself, but not much, not enough to give advice on anything. I'm not sure how the MIDI implementation works in that piece of software. I have a lot of issues with using the iPad for any type of beat making, music production work myself. So I'm not the right person to ask, but he's asking in the chat room. So if anyone knows, help a guy out. Okay, now I'm messing everything up. Let's see. We are here. No, we are here. Okay, so let's try again. Download. And it worked. Cool. So the first beat for today comes from Charles Howard. Message is Platinum Baby Studio Something House. And the file is called Machine. So if we've heard this before, help me out. Otherwise, let's just enjoy someone's piece of music. Yep, this feels new. Haha, my bad. Something is up with the audio. Or is it? Yeah, okay, it's doubled up. My bad. So I need to do that. Okay, cool. Happy New Year, Dono. Appreciate it. Yeah, the audio was off. Now the audio is in. I don't know. All right, so we started this on a different kind of genre than we normally listen to. Like pure, I guess, kind of old school house. I don't hate it. Easy to listen to and nice and subtle. A part of me, I mean, this was just 2 minutes of it. So, and the track was 2 minutes, maybe for this, I don't know. A part of me wants a section in there without the drums or without like the repeating elements that just breaks everything down. Like a slow, like drop the drums, introduce like a half tempo kind of thing or whatever with, I don't even know, a pad sound or like a large synth or something, just to break it out, to create a little bit of variation. This one had a lot of variation inside of it, but you had a few different elements you went back and, that went in and out basically, which is cool. But it becomes a little bit monotonous. The sound choice was interesting. I think a more aggressive bass, even more distortion on the bass line itself, or just more volume in it, would make sense for something like this. But I'm also listening in headphones, so what do I know? Just feels like the bass in here has a lot of pushing forward, which is cool. But giving that a little bit more space would probably be kind of cool. The melody thing isn't bad, and all the percussion instruments and everything, the programming works. A part of me just wants, a little bit more variation, just a huge section that's way different than everything that you're like adding and subtracting. But this is not my type of music, so I don't know what I'm talking about. And I say this every week, but I want to say it again, always. I don't do this because I think I'm better than anyone else. It's not like I have all the answers, but it's fun to just analyze things and just talk about stuff. Sometimes I have suggestions. Sometimes I'm way wrong. Sometimes it opens up new perspectives. I don't even know. Not commercial house and repetitive. That's what Moran says. And Moran might be onto something. Pete KS also entered the chat, as did Benj. Or have you been here the entire time, Benj? I don't know. Welcome here, anyways. So, yeah. I think that's all I had to say about it. I don't hate the sound selection at all. It feels like, let's just pretend that we know that this is made in a DAW. It feels like you have different MIDI parts and you just put them on different tracks to have different synths playing the same thing in different places of the track, which is an effective way to work. But it still becomes a little bit repetitive because it's the same notes, even though they sound different, if that makes sense. Well. Now I messed everything up in the inbox again, so let me just find my way to the right email. And this was Charles Howard. I'm pretty sure that's his second feature on this series so far, which is cool to have like people sending in more than once. We kind of get to know them a little bit like that. And another one from the same guy. Nope. Another one from the same guy. Nope. And then there's another guy. The low end is overshadowing everything. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Okay, that's from Seth. So he's saying pretty much the opposite of what I'm saying. So, maybe there's something wrong in the upper mids. Maybe an overcompensation for a room mode or something. It sounds like a massive hole in the spectrum. Huh. kept making my ears feel broken. So I need to remove my headphones to reset. What? I didn't pick up any of that. Let's see if the audio is set to stereo or mono, by the way. You never know with me. It's set to mono. So let's switch it around to stereo. Just because it needs to be mono for me, it doesn't need to be mono for you. In this case, with my music, everyone's gonna have to listen in mono. But for this, let's allow stereo. Cool. Hey, Beat Owl says, "Hey Accurate, did you watch the last video from Ricky Tinas? He was traveling around in Sweden." Yeah, he works for Electron now, right? Electron used to have an office like an hour from my house. I don't know. No, I haven't checked the video. I need to do that because, taking a coffee with that guy would have been cool. But I guess I'm not worthy, Pretty much just a guy. I don't even know what I'm saying. Forget this. The next track comes from Ken Dunn. Ken Dunn made this one on the Octatrack a while back. I think it came out pretty good. Made it in mono after the fact because the original break I had, the drums hard panned, and it didn't occur to me until I was finished recording. Okay. So that could happen if you use like vintage samples. They're crazy panned sometimes. So just throwing everything in mono might not be the best option, but for me, I don't even care. I love mono. Yeah. The name was Ken Dunn. Let's have a listen. Made on the Octatrack. I think that's interesting enough. Okay, we got some cool graininess there at the end. I just had to hear it. This is cool. Someone said in the chat room, okay, we're back to hip hop. Yes, we are back to hip hop beats. The first one, house, it is what it is. This is more up my alley in terms of musical taste, you know? And it's, I'm kind of old school like that. Whenever I hear a bass line that's distorted like this one and has these portamento effects, I can't help myself but thinking about Dead Press's hip hop. You know, fake records, which is an awesome track. It doesn't have a lot of to do with this one, but my mind always goes to that track. For this one, it's obviously a classic drum break. We all know that. That's what it is, and it sounds good and it fits well into this production. But the combination here between the like bell sounds that makes everything sound like old school Eminem and also a little bit post-apocalyptic works really well with the rest of the stuff, which is really cool. No. I mean, it's not pure bells, like what I'm thinking about, like church clocks or whatever. But it has a little bit of that quality to it, together with the bass line and the drums, and that's pretty much it. But also some stuff in the background, some whatever. But what's really cool is over here. Here somewhere. Okay, hold on. Here? Definitely sounds like there's a lot of RC20 or something on there that makes everything grainy and a little bit lo-fi. I didn't really pick up on that in the mix itself, but it's obviously there, which is cool. To do it in a way that it's there and it brings something, of course, but it's not immediately noticeable. That's my problem with stuff like RC20 or the vintage effects on the SP404 or, even this one, even the Generation Loss Mark II pedal. Some of the tape modulation stuff becomes overbearingly obvious. Like, yeah, you put some kind of lo-fi effect on the entire thing and that's what it sounds like. To someone who doesn't make music, it's just cool. But for someone who makes music and knows about these tricks, it's just, yeah, you went that way and that's good for you. But it could have been different, In this case, it blends in a nice way. And again, we have a situation where someone has made a bunch of things and just changes up the sounds of them over time. It sounds like there's a filter going on these bell sounds, the melody part, that, becomes a filter, and then he takes out the filter, and it just creates enough variation. Listening, this track is 3 minutes long, and listening to it as an instrumental just as it is, without any vocal samples or scratch or more variation, I don't know if it works, but maybe it does. And there was some place in here where I felt like the portamento thing, the pitch shifting that went on with the bass line, went a little bit out of pitch with the rest of the stuff. But maybe that's just me picking that up. I don't know. Let's not go too deep into it. But it's a nice production. It's a nice beat. It's a nice way of using that drum break, for sure. So, Sorit just submitted a track, which is cool, but you're not going to be played today, unfortunately. We have a queue of people, and after the stream, I'm going to turn off the submission to get somewhat in line with things. for 3 minutes, this beat needs a sample or a vocalist. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. A part of me thinks so. You think so. It's mentioned. That's enough. We don't have the power to change things. We have the power to present opportunities, you know? I'm presenting you with an opportunity, even though it's not Squid Game, you know? Charles Howard again. No, my dude, you're not going to be featured like that. That's not how it works. Love Has Limits. Are you in here? Love Has Limits is a person who wrote to me on Instagram or an email saying that, hey, I haven't been featured yet. What's up? And he or she was here last week asking again, or I told the person that you're going to be featured today. So let's see if he or she is here. Love Has Limits. Are you in the house? Are you in the house? You're probably inside of some type of house or outside. Who knows? My question is if you're here in the chat room for the Accurate Beats community beat review. Accurate Beats community, I don't even know. ABC. Do we want to go with that? ABC beat review. ABC is also this broadcast channel, right? Love Has Limits doesn't make himself known, so maybe he's not here. Let's not think about that. Accurate, can you move the bottle? It's not even this one? Oh, on that camera, maybe. It's in frame. Yeah, I want the focus to be on the water bottle, you know? You're not here to see me. I'm sorry. There we are. But yeah. So, Love Has Limits says, I am a producer named Love Has Limits. I produced this record using no loops. It's all original. I hope you like it. It's called Miss Me, instrumental. So maybe there's a different version that's not instrumental? Who knows? Let's listen to this one. Love Has Limits. The track is called Miss Me, and it's made from scratch. Okay, cool. That's 2 minutes of it. Honestly, isn't that like the funkiest bass line we've ever had on this series? That's awesome. I love that bass line. A lot of people said immediately in the chat room that they loved the mix. It's a clean mix. And a part of me kind of agrees. But the way I listen to it right now, the kick drum is, it's a little bit much to me. But that bass line and all those chords and stuff in the background and that kind of groove, you know, we're outside of the hip hop realm, so to speak, and in house music again. But this type of bass line, whew, really, really works. You know, I'm not much of a 4 on the floor kind of guy, but for something like this, it really works. A part of me, I don't know, could you like lower the kick drum when the snare hits? Still have it, but not as loud? I don't know. Something about the rhythm feels awesome and cool and great, but the kick drum is, to me, a little bit much. I might be wrong. But let's double check my output here on my headphones. So yeah, the headphone mix is set to mono. That's cool. That's right. That's what I want. Miss Me by Love So Well. No, Made So Well. Okay, I'm messing everything up. Let's rewind. Miss Me instrumental by Love Has Limits. We do seem to have a lot of fans in the chat room for this one. That bass line made it into many of us and our hearts, you know. He probably has a tad too loud while mixing. Yeah, that might be it. Or, you know, listening to it on a live stream like this in headphones, maybe that's not really the way you're supposed to enjoy music like this. I don't know. Beat Owl says the drums and the bass carry the whole thing, for sure. The mix is super clean too. Really good stuff. Cool. Yeah, the kick goes in the club. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I just haven't been to the club for long enough to be kind of out of touch with that entire thing. Even kept the small errors. Yeah, I noticed that. It feels like a live recording of most of the thing, which is really cool. I can't wait for the January to end to mix stuff properly again instead of hammering stuff out. Yeah, I mean that's the downside of just making a lot of music and releasing a lot of videos and stuff. You don't pay attention to all the details. You don't care too much about the mix further down the line, and it's just, you know, pumping them out. Giving some attention to the mix is never a bad thing, and Love Has Limits did so. Thought about the mixing and made everything sound cohesive and nice. Me talking about the kick drum, you know, it's maybe just me not understanding how a dance floor works. But it's cool. And again, it's not my genre, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But Love Has Limits has now been played, and we all enjoyed the track a lot. Now, that email with 34 submissions is done with it. This is maybe okay. Oh, okay. It's not sorted the way it should be sorted now. Oh my god, this is not good. This is not good at all. Okay, I need to take a minute just to sit right there and tell you how I became the Prince of Bel-Air. You know? 16th of December. 16th. And this entire chunk came in on the 16th of December. A lot of beats. And we have played all those. And the next one is January 1st. Doesn't make sense. Okay, here's another one. Okay, so I had the form closed for a few days. Okay, my bad. Let me think about this. So this one came in on the 30th. So I guess the submission form was closed from the 16th to the 30th. I don't know. I think we're on this one, which is Benji Lo-Fi. Not Benji in the chat room, but Benji.lo-fi. Has been played before, but it's cool. This one is a full lo-fi track. Last time I sent a link, I promised. Sending from work, thank you so much for the previous track you reviewed, made my day. This one is called Yokai. Okay, it's no. Fuck. So, I need to. Okay, it's not a file. It's a link to Spotify. And I'm not logged into Spotify. I don't have the app. What is this? Let's see if I can figure this out during. Okay, now I closed everything down. Whoo! It's not easy being bad, you know? I spent my entire life sucking at pretty much everything. And sometimes it shows. You know? There we are, Benji. Logging into Spotify. If I play that, log in. And that should be the old. That should be the new. Still doesn't work. Okay, I'm not gonna log myself out and back in because other people are using the same account. Let's skip that one for now, and let me see if I can manage this later on. For now, let's go to the next one, which comes from the 30th of December. It came in from Robin Bayer. Greetings from Bielefeld, whatever that is. And this is someone who sent it in by, you know, putting a file in there. Here we are. The track is called Memphis SP404. So this might be done on an SP404 by Robin Bayer.
Play this record as frequently as possible.
Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch smacking, killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch smacking, killer.
Play this record as frequently as possible.
Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch killer. never slacking, bitch, killer, killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch, killer, killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch, killer, killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch, smacking, killer, 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 killer.
Play this record as frequently as possible.
So now we're back in hip hop again, but on the other side of the hip hop spectrum than where I am, you know? Is this, this is not trap or anything like that, but it's, you know, personally, I don't prefer music like this. But it's in the hip hop genre, which is a really wide genre these days. And this entire, you know, the vocal thing, I'm not huge on it. It doesn't really add much to the track, but it's there. What I'm noticing is some cool side chaining going on.
Killer, killer.
Play this record as
Is it just on the chords? Just on the synth chords that side chains to the kick drum?
Never slacking, bitch, smacking, killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch. Pistol packing, never.
Now the vocals is everywhere.
Slacking, bitch. Pistol packing, never slacking, killer, 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 killer,
I think I like how the mix works for the drums, if nothing else. And the cowbell thing, that ding, ding, ding. It's not good, but it's fun, you know?
play this record as frequently as possible.
And from a musical perspective, this is, you know, I don't want to say that it's too simple, but some kind of melody on top of that every once in a while could work. The drums are what they are, you know? I'm just happy we don't have a super huge 808 in there, because it sounds like it, you know, it goes with the genre here, and not having it is just a fresh thing. I'm so sick and tired of hearing 808s on everything. I don't get it, but that's me. In terms of the track itself, you know, it's a little bit repetitive, but it does definitely have a vibe of something. I don't hate it. It's not my type of music necessarily, but it doesn't feel like it's, you know, it's not bad.
bitch, pistol packing, never slacking, bitch, killer, pistol packing, never slacking, bitch, killer, pistol packing, never slacking, bitch, killer, pistol packing, never slacking, bitch, smacking, killer, pistol packing, never slacking, bitch, killer, pistol packing, never slacking, bitch, killer, pistol packing, never slacking, pistol packing.
Oh, we have a new member on the channel. SNTX, that I used to say, but I now understand that it's syntax. Hello and welcome to the Accurate Beats family. Cool. So, Benji and Stan Solo is onto something here, together with Carbon Vibes, talking about the compression on this one. And I said that I kind of like the mixing on the drums, and it seems like it's all wrong, according to them. But music and art is subjective, so whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of compression on the drums that makes them sound really tight and crispy. That's cool to me, but someone says they are kind of agreeing on that the settings doesn't feel right. I don't know. Syntax is here. It's an honor. Thank you. And made so well as posting all these emotes that I put in there. Kind of hate them. So yeah, please just keep doing them. It just bugs me and it reminds me to set up a few new ones. This track itself, I don't know. It's really simple when it comes to the musicality of it. The mixing could be worked on, I guess, but I like how the drums sounds for this. Maybe because it's wrong in this genre. I don't know. But please take that vocal thing out of, like, at least, take, if you used it like 100 times, take it out like 70 times of that. We don't need to hear that over the entire track. Just doesn't work. We're gonna go back to Benji soon enough, but not right now because it doesn't work with my Spotify account for some reason. Let's keep that one in mind and move along. Now, the next submission comes from someone that sent it in on the 1st of January. So we're not that off. Which is cool. So the 1st of January, today is like the 6th. Okay? Which makes me doubt myself, and maybe I've just skipped a whole section of emails. I don't know. Maybe not. And let's take this one starting at the bottom. Perhaps the entire track was compressed, and sometimes that's not always needed on everything. Right. I don't do a lot of compression myself in the production state of things, but when I go through everything and I mix things, of course I use like a limiter on the last end signal for the master, but compression is a difficult thing, It's easy to overdo it, and it's easy to get the settings all wrong and have a super fast attack when you kind of don't want a super fast attack. And when I learned it, I made like an album when I was way younger. So I put this compressor that I felt made a big difference at the end of the signal chain, and I didn't really understand how it worked. I just put like one of the presets, and it had a release time that's like way above the middle mark of it, and I didn't notice. And then when I listened to it in a car, I noticed that the volume of the entire thing went up and down across the entire song, and I didn't understand why. But of course, that was the compression hitting in and then just releasing super slowly to hit again, and mistakes like that could be done by anyone. P-Boy Fresh says, I just let my mix clip. Yeah, that's maybe not the best thing you want to do, but sure. Whatever works. The next one comes from Willem Park. Me and my bro went shopping at a local vinyl store and found a neat record with a sample that we flipped into some boom bap. Honestly, one of my first proper boom bap flips, so it still needs some work, but it was a fun project to make. In my opinion, the happier part of the sample would have worked better for the main sample, and the sadder part of the sample would have worked better as the switch up in the middle. Okay, but I'd love your thoughts. Cool. So it should have two distinct sections where one is sadder and one is happier, and he would want to flip that, to do it the other way around. We're just going to listen to it as it is right now and see what we have to say about it. And it's dangerous to call something boom bap, sending it into a show like this and calling something my first proper boom bap, that's dangerous. And someone in the chat room asked something. Yeah, I have this incense stick running, so it gets smoky. But that's what it is. It's not anything else. It's just innocence. Innocent innocence. Who was this? Willem Park. Let's go. So yeah, I'm picking up something from the chat room here, and a lot of people are onto something for sure. The first part had a killer bass line. I really liked it. Someone says, yeah, I agree. And someone else says, Salbert says, the guitar thing feels a bit too much. Maybe it does. And it's also in one part or in one of the loops, the guitar part sounds way too off pitch for me. I can't help but like noticing it. My ear immediately just grabs onto, hey, something went wrong. And then I'm noticing all the guitar parts, and it's cool, but it's also not completely in pitch with everything else. It's a little bit too off even. But yeah, we have a few different sections here to talk about. He mentioned that he wanted the sad part of it to be like the main part, and I couldn't agree more. The sad part, I guess it's this. No. This. To me, the horn and the string together with the bass line just creates this nice, full kind of thing that makes it sound well produced. The entire thing in itself, I don't know if it's well produced necessarily, but musically, those different things works really, really well together, which is, that's difficult. That type of horn going dun 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 dun, classic boom bap stuff, which I love. You see, the volume of the guitar gets way out of hand. Maybe that's a good way to use a compressor to just set everything at one volume and just taking it down. But it's a nice track for sure. The fire bass line in the beginning. Yeah, I don't have a lot of bad stuff to say about this one. It's just a really dope track, and I'm glad you sent it in, because being able to feature beats of this level, of this high caliber, is just, that's what we're here for. No, but it's one of the things we're here for sure. right there. Not sure about that switch up in terms of pitch. It feels like there's too many notes going on and it goes a little bit south. It's the horn that doesn't work with, I don't know. Some minor things like that could be tweaked or taken out or mixed differently or just pitched differently. I don't know. Other than that, it's a great production. And you know, something we talk about again and again and again is velocity on the hi-hats. Just having the variation, having a hi-hat with different variations of volume. So it's not like the entire time. It's nice to have a little bit ebb and flow. In this case, the hi-hat is super straight and just the same volume all the time, and it doesn't bother me at all. I kind of prefer it like this on this track. So just because you can do something a little bit more complex or advanced or with a human feel, doesn't necessarily mean that it's always the right thing to do. Pay attention to the hi-hats, just one loop. The hi-hat is the straightest thing you've ever heard. And it's cool. You don't always have to go crazy with the velocity, sensitivity settings and stuff. But a lot of people are pointing out the bass line, and I couldn't agree more. The bass line is one of the strong suits about that one. For sure. Well done, Willem Park. So Beat Owl says that I maybe skipped his, and I didn't. It's just in the wrong order. So this one came in on the 1st of January, the next one on the 31st of December. And you're in there too, Beat Owl. Sometimes, I don't even know why, but sometimes when I get a lot of submissions, they kind of gather into one email thread with different submissions underneath. So I want one email per submission, and that's not really how it works with Gmail that transcodes everything. So in this case, I have one email. Bless you. Thank you. I have one email with 6 submissions, and I started at the bottom, so I made a mistake. Whatever. Your track is coming up, Beat Owl. But first, we have this one from Chevy Ramlagan. For a first boom bap track, really good. Yeah, that needs to be pointed out too, right? You said this was your first time making kind of like a boom bap flip out of something. And if this was your first attempt at it, great job, for sure. You know what you're doing. You're obviously making music in a different subgenre or something, because you're talented, you know? And it's obvious. And if this was your first boom bap attempt, thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. So we're not getting that Mac OS thing anymore when it becomes like all bubbly and stuff when I do this. No. It used to be this whole thing. Forget it. Forget about it. The next track comes from Chevy Ramlagan. Hey Accurate, big fan and long-time viewer. Thank you. I make chill boom bap beats mostly as a hobby and would love to hear your feedback. Cool. Again, this one came in on the 31st of December. So let's have a listen. So that's awesome. Flat out just awesome. I mean, this is someone who said, big fan, long time viewer. I make chill boom bap beats mostly as a hobby. Okay, cool. This is this is a great piece of music. Just, this is really good. To the point where I start thinking, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be hating or like, I don't want to be the one calling people out. But okay, I'm not making sense of myself. I'm sorry. I don't want to be the guy pointing stuff out all the time. But to me, this one, is this like produced from ground up by you? Or is it a lot of like splice loops and stuff? I don't know. It feels almost too good in terms of how things goes together, I'm not making myself, no, I'm still not happy with how I'm explaining this. To me, the different parts goes together so nicely. It almost feels like it's like Apple loops or splice loops or something that just automatically gets set to the same pitch and the same scale. For every instrument that's introduced, it's perfect in terms of pitch and the sonics. But of course, if you're using like high quality VSTs, like a high quality contact instrument or something for the different parts, it's gonna sound like this. I'm just so used to, from doing this show, I'm so used to having a little bit, push and pull in there, a little bit of wonkiness in terms of the pitch, or sometimes there's a note that doesn't really fit in, or sometimes something sticks out in the mix. This feels just so nice. Like, it's perfect. But then you have this big switch up, and that's impressive to me from a musical standpoint. This. Is that a real guitar played in as audio? I doubt it. But what the fuck do I know? People are talented. There are a bunch of talented musicians out there that makes these kinds of things. Maybe that's just what it is, and I'm just off on a tangent. This is good stuff. This is really good stuff. Someone said something funny. Someone said, I need to submit one of my own work to balance things out. I'm still stuck at making beats. And this is not beat making. This is, I don't like the term beat making because it feels condescending somehow. But this is like full on music production. So someone says it might be a musician who knows about theory. Maybe that's just what it is, and I'm just too stupid to realize. Talking about splice loops and whatever. Maybe I'm just wrong. This is good, real good. A bunch of different things, like the main theme comes back over and over, but the switch up with the chords, phenomenal move, and the vocals, the choir thing, love it. So Chevy Ram Logan, Chevy Ram Logan, I don't know. Please send more of your things. I normally don't ask people to, but in this case, I would love to hear more of what you're capable of. If you're a big fan and a long-time viewer of mine, that's awesome. That's cool to hear. If you see this, please submit more stuff. I want to hear what you do, because this feels like just one single thing out of your entire like box of things. Cool. So we've been at it for an hour and 20. Let me breathe for a second. Not thinking about music, not talking about stuff, not thinking about, putting together sentences. Let me just take a snooze. I gotta go play in the snow here in a bit. Wife's trying to do a TikTok trend. Yeah, okay. Good luck to you. Po boy fresh. Over here, it's full on winter time. I think we have like this much snow. Like this much. What's that? That's like 50 centimeters. I don't even know. There's a lot of snow and it's cold as fuck. Being down here with you guys is awesome. Can we submit again? Yes, you can. If you're covered in one episode, I'm gonna avoid you for the rest of the same episode. But if you've been featured, submit again. It's awesome. Now it's time for Beat Owl. Email. Hey, Accurate. I made this beat with samples from an old tape. One of my Oh, okay. I read this all wrong. I made this beat with a sample from an old tape one of my co-workers found in his attic. I hope you enjoy. Peace. Called Sands of Time. Isn't that the old Prince of Persia game? Sands of Time? Who knows? Beat Owl. Here we are. And Beat Owl is in the chat room and a really nice person, for one. And he's also here pretty much every single week. So take this opportunity to show him a little bit of love and give him some feedback or some praise or whatever. Sands of Time by Beat Owl. Let's go! that last thing did the entire thing. That's cool. Now, I think I noticed something. I think I picked up on something over here. Okay, so in terms of timing, I'm noticing something crazy here. Maybe I'm wrong. Beat Owl, please help me out with what I'm saying here. This whole main figure, like boom, da da da, boom, da da da, boom, lands on the 1, right? And after the entire, like when you release the sample and stuff, it feels like it's pretty much one loop going over here. You know, but in the beginning here, to me, it feels like it's slightly off the 1 on the first loop, and then on the next one becomes even more off, just a little bit, and it just keeps moving like that for every single one. Is that right, or is that just me going, mental? If it's lazy over here, but just enough. And over here, it's not. At least not as much. I don't know. I'm going into the details straight away. This is awesome. This is a really cool track. Arabic or Indian or whatever samples tends to be really difficult to work with, but when it works, it really works well. I don't want to take this to talking about Timbaland and all that kind of stuff, but in this entire section over here, back to... that feels so good. You still managed to find a loop that worked with everything. It sure has a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of things in there. A lot of notes, a lot of things. And it's not too much because it still works in the loop and it's all constrained like that. Together with like the first and the second part. Is this made with a rapper in mind? It's a sitar. It's Turkish. Okay, cool. So talking about like Indian, nah, Arabic, Turkish music is its own thing, for sure. The percussion in the sample fits very good. Yeah, Keto, I couldn't agree more. Having a sample that has a lot of percussion stuff like that is dangerous. It's easy to get like two different rhythms going that doesn't work together. In this case, you did a fantastic job. That little break is fire. Yeah, for sure it is. Let's find it again. Going from this. Now. And the laziness of the rhythm of the drums works really well. This is really, really good stuff. Great job. Not even good job. Great job, Beat Owl. This is awesome. And if you would have increased the tempo of everything and like pitched the sample up accordingly, it could have been this entire like Timbaland rip-offy kind of thing if you added even more percussion and stuff. I think you held your line here perfectly well. I'm really proud of the middle part. Yeah, you should be, for sure. And I'm glad that you didn't make the middle part the only part. or even the main part, because that would have been too much. But as a break like this, and especially with that last thing, extending the thing like a bar or whatever, it really works. In this genre, I mean, in like techno and house music and EDM and whatever, you have big drops, and that's like the big thing. In our genre, we don't have a lot of that. But this is as close as we're gonna come. I could hear like, Busta Rhymes used to do a lot of stuff with beats kind of like this. Would have been awesome to hear someone like that. I pitched it down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you didn't, but if you'd like pitched it the other way and made it into this Nelly Furtado kind of whatever, it would have been less good, according to me. Awesome stuff. Beat Owl, thanks a lot for being a part of the community, and thanks a lot for sending this beat in. Appreciate it a lot. Awesome. A lot of people in the chat room are enjoying this one too. The pitch down gives it that dark, gritty feel. It does, and that's awesome. Moran is helping me out in the chat room, and I really appreciate that. Maybe I should create some kind of message that goes out to the chat like every 15 minutes or anything, something like that. But anyone is able to participate in this stream, in this show. We are reviewing beats from the community, from people like you who makes beats and just sends it my way. If you want to be a part of it, and if you want to send your beat in, go to accuratebeats.com. Right now the submission form is open, and as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to close it because we already have a few beats to go through. I think we have enough for this show, and no, I might actually be wrong. Maybe we don't have too many beats. But if you send anything in today, you're not going to be featured in this show today. That's just not what it is. It's going to be next week, because Accurate Beats Community Beats Review returns every single Monday. Same time and same place. Subscribe, smash, whatever. Beat Owl needs to be marked as played. Cool. The next one. Rethinking my setup. Let's move this window over to the tiny screen, if I can. Is that better? I don't know. It's worse. I can't read it. So the big monitor, the laptop, having stuff on that one is cool because the camera is over there. It works. But I can't read stuff on that tiny monitor that far away. So let's read it over here on that camera. The next one comes from Swad Kasumovic, I guess. Swad Kasumovic. Sample-based beat with some cool chops that got me vibing on a minimalistic setup, but good enough to create. By the way, love your beats and constantly picking up knowledge from you, Accurate. Much appreciated, man. Keep up the great work. Thanks a lot. Throwing some kind of compliment in there is it's always a good thing. Love reading that stuff. So sample-based beats with some cool chops from a minimalistic setup. Cool. Swad, let's go. And that's the end of it. It's 30 seconds, and I really need some water, so let's play it again. And that's it. It just ends, which is not bad. But when something is this short, we can talk about everything for long. What sticks out here, apart from the sample and the way it's chopped and really works together, what stands out for this one is the hi-hats to me. Probably jazz samples, and this drum groove and everything just works really well together. I would love to hear a little bit more bass. I think there is a bass line in there, maybe just more of it in volume. I don't know. This is good. This is cool. Working with samples this way is not, it is pretty similar to what I do. And whenever you find chops that works together like that, the beat just builds itself, pretty much. And at that point, you could start adding more instruments on top of it. You don't have to. I know I do that too much sometimes, but it's really cool to be able to. For this one, it could maybe benefit from having a few chords in the background. I don't know. My bad. There's a lot of key chords. It's nice and sad and mysterious, and again feels it would fit well into a film of some sort. Imagine an old school detective kind of guy with a trench coat in the rain with a hat, just moving along the street looking for clues, or just thinking about his life or whatever. Being a little bit hopeful too. I don't know. It's a cool track. Thanks a lot for sending it in. Chordmaster has entered the chat. Chordmaster asks, "What's up?" Man and everyone. Chordmaster is a guy I joined for his podcast. Went on for an hour or whatever, just talking about stuff. That was a while ago. Nice guy, nice podcast, nice collaboration. Chordmaster. Check him out. Really heavily into teenage engineering stuff, if I'm not remembering. I haven't followed Chordmaster lately, but he's here. And hi. So let's move along. Let's play another one. Boom. This one is from Stan Solo. Stan Solo, are you still in the chat? Yes, you are. Someone needs to sample and finish it for the last one. I hope that the producer itself keeps working on it and creates a full-fledged track out of it. Would be cool. Would be cool to hear where he takes a beat like that in terms of variation to introduce a different part. But we can't expect that from 30 seconds, Now, this is a submission from Stan Solo. Hi, Accurate. Thanks for doing the beat review weekly. I enjoy it to the fullest. Me too. Thanks. My name is Stan Solo, and I'm a freelance visual artist with passion for music based in Prague, Czech Republic. I cook beats on my SP404 Mark II that I got in September of 2023. Please find my another submission to the Illust radio show on the web attached. I kind of always wanted to make rather chaotic, slow BPM, heavily rolling track to flip your car over to, fused with hard rock urge, and I think this one is pretty much that. I put this one together from a couple of micro-chopped hard rock Lucky Find samples. I still enjoy it after the polishing and ages of making the right snare. So I guess it's fun to listen to. P.S. Can you hear Vinny Pass going hard over this? Peace accurate, peace to the community, God bless, much love, Happy New Year. Which is fitting because this one came in on the 31st of December. So Stan Solo, thanks a lot for the nice message, and you are going to be featured and played. I'm not big on hard rock myself. I'm just not. But you could use hard rock samples for something cool. So let's listen to this one right now. Stan Solo. Thanks a lot. Stan Solo should still be in the chat room, so, provide some feedback, people. My feedback here is, I mention confidence sometimes because confidence is a big thing in creativity in general. Believing what you do, trusting your process and your own creative choices and whatever like that is a big thing. For this one, it feels like you are confident in the choices you make. The sloppiness and the kind of placement of everything in terms of time and rhythm, it's like one of those drunk beats, but it's, as you said, chaotic. Sorry. It's chaotic and low in tempo, but it still holds up. It's off by just the right amount. Awesome swing, awesome groove in there. But it also feels like you're not confident in how you place things in the mix. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I would have loved to hear more of the guitars. Not necessarily less of the drums, but just bring that up a little bit in the mix. You have nothing to be ashamed of. All the guitars in there works, and all the different riffs that becomes apparent. It's all good stuff, but it feels like you're hiding it. The bass line is solid, the drums are solid as they are, but I just want more of the melodic things. This is good, you know? You know, working with distorted electric guitar is difficult because it's easy to like overdrivenness, the distortion of it. In this case, I guess it's samples, right? And they are distorted as they are, and you can't really like take the distortion out of it. But that doesn't mean that you have to put it as low in the mix as you did. Made So Well says, I just wanted more overall loudness. Sounded nice. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Maybe it's just an issue of not mastering it or not putting a brick wall limiter on it. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's what you need to do to bring it out. But the drums are already there. They're all up in your face, and the rest of the stuff just needs to be brought forward, I think. But it's, it takes a lot of technique to work that amount of micro chops into something and still kind of presenting it in some kind of cohesive way. And you did a great job of that, for sure. Everything just fits in there and it sounds nice. But I guess that's a piano, or it sounds like it. Dun 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 dun. It's a nice theme for sure, but it needs to be brought to the forefront, together with all the other like guitars in the background here. It feels like it's huge in terms of what it could be and how it sounds. It's evil, it's mad, it's crazy, it's aggressive like that. But the mix doesn't really... That's not the mix speaking. That's the notes and the samples and the sounds. The mix just needs to be pushed forward. That's what I think. Stan Solo says, nope, no limiter. Thanks a lot for all the feedback, everyone. Sorry I keep kind of like grabbing onto the same thing, but for this one, that's the problem. I need it to be brought forward. Other than that, it's great. An intro like this is what it is. It's effective. The drum programming is also there. It's nice. Would contrast well with vocals without masking them and being in the way. Yeah, maybe. Just need a little bit more of that aggression in my face. So the next one came in on the 31st of December. From Made So Well, also in the chat room, also a member of the channel. Made So Well, you want me to play your beat, or should we end it today? Just end the show 10 minutes early? Made So Well also has a message for us that reads, Hey Accurate. Uh, this new format is really nice. I know I can be me, so thanks for putting up with me. That being said, I enjoy what you do here, be it reviews, making music, or this avenue to share and talk about others' music. The world needs more people like you in it. Thanks. Thank you. What we have here is a beat/loop I made the day of the last beat review, December 30th. I started almost 2 hours before the stream, and I worked on it on a bit more later in the day after doing family stuff. I said I was going to submit a Christmas beat that I made. Ah, yeah, I remember that. I suppose that is still true, but this is an all-new sample I put together just for you guys, I guess you could say. I didn't make a full song. I don't make full songs much these days. It's rare that I feel like taking an idea that anyway. I do it for fun these days, and for me, this is the funnest part of what I do. I told myself I wouldn't work and rework the sample, polishing a turd. Instead, I just worked on it. I just worked on it until I enjoyed it, did some more light mixing, and I'm shipping it as it is. I'm shipping it out to be what it is. Good, bad, or other. As you like to say, it is what it is. I can take it. The sample is from a Christmas song. We Three Kings of Orient Are. I don't know that, but you know. Made So Well is gonna get played. Made So Well, Three Kings. Let's fucking go.
You never heard me go feet before?
It's just made so well.
Damn. Talk about chaotic, you know? Made So Well has sent something in before, and, you know, I just remember that it was a little bit less than super straight, you know? That goes for this too. This is cool. This is cool stuff. And what you said about like just sending it away, not like trying to polish a turd, that makes a lot of sense. To me, that's also what I do sometimes for my beat making shows on live streams and stuff. I don't go into all the details and do all the work. It's just a rough idea, and it is what it is. And in this case, it makes sense. Could you work even more on it to just bring out a little bit of the high frequencies of the snare drum? Maybe you could. Do you have to? I don't think you do. But a lot of beats we hear on this show and music in general, you know, it's more straightforward and simpler than this is. And by simple, I don't mean necessarily like musically simple, but it's easier to listen to. It's predictable, and it's, you know, it's one thing after another, and it just goes on. This is more interesting in one way. Do I want an entire album of these kinds of chaotic productions? I don't know if I could take it in the long run. because I'm so used to hearing the dum dum ka 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 dum ka ka dum, you know, everything being nice and flowy. In this case, it takes a little bit more focus.
It's just made so well.
But the sample chops are all good. The drums are a bit different, but everything's still everything's still good, you know? I like this one. Stan Solo says, I do want an entire album. Yeah, me too. Would I listen to it each and every day and just, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm too simple for this, you know? Awesome stuff. Made So Well is making some really cool stuff. A part of me that's also something. I want to listen to this thing again in its entirety, just to understand it more, which is such a good grade for a beat like this. It's interesting and it's experimental and it's fun in the way that I want to listen to it again, to see if I can discover even more things to grab onto and think about, you know? This was the best beat tonight by far. No, this was the best beat tonight so far, for my taste. Cool. That's what Benj thinks. Huh. It's 1 minute long. Let's listen to it again.
You never heard me go feet before?
It's just made so well.
Yeah, I'm realizing that it's just me being used to kind of polished stuff too much. My daughter listens to, you know, Chaperone, Taylor Swift. I don't listen to this kind of music as much anymore as I used to. But when I hear it again, I'm grabbing onto different things. I'm noticing patterns that I didn't find before. And like the rhythm of this one is really cool. Kind of what we used to call bounce back in the days, but not as crisp, you know. So maybe this would appeal to me even more with like a little bit more shine to it. And I know, as I talk, I'm the one being wrong here. I know.
Just made so well.
Yeah, this is good. A little bit strange. I think that's what I'm trying to say. It's awesome. It's awesome. And having people like this watching this stream and being like in the community is awesome. We need variation, you know? Everything can't be like Rhodes piano with RC20 and Dilla drums. Things can be a little bit rougher sometimes, and this is what it is. Cool. Made So Well. I don't remember. It's either 4/4 or 6/8. I would call this 6/8. Awesome stuff. Thanks a lot. Made so well. Made so sloppy, someone said. I don't know. But cool. Now we are on beats that came in. Is this true? Oh my. Okay, I've been wrong the entire time. We are now on beats that came in today. And it's 9:59. So we're gonna end the stream right here. We've been at it for 2 hours, and that's what I said I'm gonna do. Let's see if this is right. No, not today. No, my bad. There are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 beats to go. And the first one came in on the 2nd of January. So it's not all today. But cool. So we're not going to close the submission form whatsoever. We're not there. We don't have enough beats to go even for the next episode. So forget everything I said. That's still what it is. AccurateBeats.com. The submission form is open. You're able to send in beats right now, and you're going to be featured next week. That's what it is. And I've already decided that if we end up in a situation where I don't have enough beats, I'm just not going to do the show every week. That's not what it is. We're going to do this every week if we have enough beats. If we don't, I'm going to skip a week and go back to doing this every other week or whatever. But for now, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 more beats to go. Made So Well has been played. Yeah, so what I said is correct. I'm going to double check myself and go over the email again to make sure that I haven't missed anything. In that case, that's going to be covered, the first one, on the next week's episode. But, however, I also, by the way, yeah, this one, I think it needs to go. I just can't, boom. AccurateBeats.com, go in there, go to beat review, submit the beat in the form, send an actual file on that form, please, because sending links doesn't really work, and sending stuff to my normal email doesn't work anymore. I'm just gonna ignore it because time, Right now we're just doing the form on the website. Which website? That web. No, that's... What website? That website. AccurateBeats.com. So, we're done for today when it comes to the beats. We are. So, you're more than free to just jump off the stream right now, but I do want to talk about a thing and, see if anyone has any ideas about anything. There is this project called The Beatcast, right? It's a show like this one, but with a lot of people hosting it, and they do beat making challenges all the time. And they just started up the new one, season 5. So Beatcast Beat Making Challenge, season 5, episode 1. And they asked me to host the thing and pull a sample, because it's a sample flip challenge, basically. Everyone flips the same sample and makes a beat out of it, and it gets played on their show. And, I don't think they talk about the beats as much as I do, because that's just a crazy thing to do. But, I am a part of the Beatcast thing right now. It's on their website, and you're able to download the sample that I picked from a record in here. So I found a sample on this one, recorded it, sent it over to them, and I made this little video that's on Instagram of me just announcing that season 5 is starting up, and that's the sample. Flip it, make a beat out of it. And I want to incorporate that entire thing into this show. somehow. But I don't know how many submissions they're gonna get, and I'm not gonna take submissions for that thing in here. That feels like double the work on the same thing. So if anyone makes a beat with that sample and post that on Instagram, and they also have this forum or something, I don't want to take that space. I don't want to be there like taking the same beats and reviewing them in here. That doesn't really work. So I need to think about how to incorporate that entire project into this. And I haven't really figured out a way to do it. So if anyone has any ideas about that, please help me out in the chat room. What did you think of that mic, Accurate? What mic? What are you talking about? We need more people like you. Thank you. I might send a track, but I can't. I might send a track, but it can break your speakers. Yeah. Challenge accepted. Send a beat my way, and it's going to be featured in the next episode. If it breaks my speakers, I doubt it. Turned off right now. All audio in here. What did you think of that mic, Accurate? From Instagram. That mic, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Someone says your sample is fire. Going online right now. I worked on a beat for it, ended up with a dubstep wobble out of the piano. That's cool. Cool. Yes, it is a challenge. The Beatcast does a sample challenge. Beat making challenge from one single sample. I picked the sample. It's live right now, and I think you have to the 29th of January to submit. And then they're going to play it, and they are a great community of people. The Beatcast, top-notch people. I love it. They're awesome. But now it feels like I'm kind of a part of that, like the first episode of season 5. Fine. But could we incorporate that into this show somehow? Maybe we could. I don't even know how many viewers they have on their thing. And that's on Twitch. And they also kind of post it on YouTube, I think. I can't remember anymore. It's been a while since I joined them for an episode. But they do some really cool stuff. And we are creating some type of community on here, right? The Accurate Beats community or whatever. And we have people that comes in here for every single week making beats and whatever. And we've talked about me providing a sample for you guys to host some kind of challenge like that. But now the Beatcast is doing it, and I'm a part of that too. So I don't know how to think about this. I don't know what to do. And I don't even know. Maybe they have like 70 submissions for one episode. I don't know. In that case, it's going to be impossible for me to feature it on here. You know? Maybe just playing the beats on a live stream without like talking too much. That doesn't feel like what I do, you know? So the Beatcast is awesome. It's great. And I want to be able to incorporate it here somehow, but I don't know how. So maybe I should post a link or something. The Beatcast, I don't even know. Not to be confused with Beatcast, because this is the Beatcast. In the chat, thebeatcast.com. It's over there, and they do a lot of work on Instagram. So go follow them on Instagram too. That's a cool thing. And the video, my video is not on the website, I think, but I made a video of just, you know, season 5 starts, and this is the sample for the first episode. it might have to be its own separate thing. I think I think so. So for sure, I don't want to like mess with their concept too much. And I don't know if my project here, the Accurate Beats community beat review, is bigger or smaller. I don't know. I know nothing. I don't have enough time to like dig into things and explore, to find things out. I pretty much know nothing about anything ever. But you can get the sample and you can submit a beat on their website. And I think you have to make a video on Instagram too. Get the sample, submit your beat January 19th. And it's pretty much what I do here. No, it's also connected to Instagram. I don't know. Check it out for yourself. But the 19th, let's check the calendar too. So we're going to be able to do one episode before that because the 13th is next Monday. So then we're doing a beat review here. And on the 19th, that's the Sunday after, they're going to do their episode. No, I'm not sure about when their episode is. The 19th is the deadline for submissions. So maybe I could cover some of it on the 20th. I don't know. I think I kind of fucked up not planning this out in beforehand. I want to keep this show pretty much as it is right now until I do a sample challenge on here for you guys. And I don't think I have the balls to use a sample like that for this because YouTube and copyright and whatever. Beatcast is with video. Yeah, it is. You can only play the beats made by your community in the special episode. Apart from the Beatcast. Yeah, I could. I was doing beats for the last season. On the Beatcast. That's cool. No submission without video. Okay, that's what it is. So you need to make a video. And the video, as far as I understand it, doesn't need to be a produced video. It could just be, could it be a still frame? I don't know. I think so. Submitted a beat just now. But you're not submitting, to me. Okay, cool. Because the beat cast is all about beats from that sample. You can't just send whatever. It needs to be with that sample. They have all the rules and stuff on their website. So go check that out. And that might sound like a good idea. Me playing beats that came in from you guys for that. I haven't thought about this. We need to come up with something. Beat Owl is signing out, which is cool, and I'm gonna sign out too. We're not gonna play any more beats. We're just talking about my headache about this collaboration and this. It's not even a collaboration. It's just me joining them for pulling a sample, Use samples from the web archives. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to find a sample that's okay to use, but they don't really care, so they take whatever. So I took this one. Tanja Maria and Nils Henning Ørsted Petersen. Because it's a cool sample. And I would love to hear what people do with it. But how I'm going to be able to incorporate in here, in this show, I don't know. Maybe not at all. Maybe just, who cares? We're going to be here next week, and that's also before this entire thing ends, so that's cool. And we've gotten 4 more new submissions to the form right now. So we do have beats for the next week, and that's okay. That's okay. The form for submitting beats is still open on accuratebeats.com, and I'm not going to close it until I have even more stuff. And I'm not sure that's going to happen. So send beats to this and be featured on this live stream next week or the week after. You know what's up. You know how it works. Now I'm just rambling. Nils Henning is the cream of jazz. Yeah, I mean, he's a really talented Danish bass player. It's awesome. But you know what? Next week we're going to be here again. And when it comes to videos on gear and talking about things, I'm working on things. I'm working on videos. I'm thinking about stuff. But now I have a new job to go to tomorrow, so I need to think about that too. But more videos are going to come. Can you show me your push, please? Push 3. No, I can't. I don't have one. I had the push 3 for a while, but that was a loan unit for doing like videos on the launch day as some type of influencer. I did. I sent it back, and I haven't bought one or asked for like a lower price or anything. So I don't have the push 3, and I think that's for the better, you know. Oh, so someone says DYSFNK, so dysfunk, says they have to cut the episode sometimes because of copyright issues. Yeah, that's why I don't do stuff like that here, you know. Do you have the Live 2? No. The Ableton Move? No. Do I have a license for Ableton Live? Whatever, the higher tier? Yes. But Ableton hardware? Nothing. Nothing in here. You know. So, peace out, everyone. I'm going to sign out and go to bed, basically, to go to work tomorrow, to find out what my new job assignment is going to be. Thanks a lot, guys. See you guys next week. And hopefully before then, some type of video on the channel. Whatever. Appreciate you guys. Much love. Peace out. Ha det gott.